What is on top of the deck? What is on top of the deck? Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Welcome to Hunt the Week.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the show. Welcome on in, each and every one of you out there. All my magic heads at where my blue players, where my green players. We call that Simic, right? Yes, that's what that is. And I welcome you to the show, each and every one of you, whether you're playing Simic, Gruul, Abzan, Jeskai, Naya, I welcome you. I welcome you all. No matter what colors you play, as long as you play those cards and turn them sideways and you use the stack and priority correctly, then I think we are going to get along and be good friends. Who am I? I am your host with the most, your Don John DeMarco, your Goku or Go Home. And I am here to welcome you to Hunt the Week. Yes, it's a weekly Magic the Gathering podcast about the Sealed Arena Gauntlet League. We are wrapping up Brothers War this week. As we finish week 6, yes, the top 8 has been decided. A time to play has been announced, and a winner will soon be crowned. We're going to talk about it a little bit more as soon as we prototype.
There he goes. One of God's own prototypes. A high-powered mutant of some kind never even considered for mass production. Too weird to live, and too rare to die.
That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. As I record right now, it is Thursday at about 5:55 p.m. And these are your top 8 finalists for Brothers War. Christopher S. Stems, Daniel G. Frisky Hobbit, Dan A. Beatdown Bringa, Jordan M. J. M. Tron, Ragu B. Midnight Falcon, John R. Ged, Chris P. Joker, and Ryan D. Now, I'll tell you, we've had at least 4 of those people on the podcast already, and I'll tell you a nice little surprise. We got a 5th one coming up later on in the show. But these are your champions, right? These are your heroes. These people did great. And they're going to be drafting Brothers War, Dominaria United, SNC, Neo, Ravnica, and then Mid. And they will make a 60-card deck on Monday. They're going to be playing this Monday, the 2nd, the day after New Year's. New Year, who dis? A champion, a hero. And they're here to play. They are here to ball. Every one of these players, I mean, they did great, right? They had a great league, great records, and 2 of them, Christopher S., John R., first-time top 8ers. Congratulations, guys. Everyone else, you've been there a bunch. Ryan D., you're my arch nemesis. I'm not rooting against you, but I don't know. You're the one person I've got a ongoing feud with. I'd still be happy if you won, though. You're a very nice guy. But everyone else, I hope you all win, and especially you, Ryan. How about that? We'll take it that way. I want you to win so bad, Ryan, that you have to come on the show and apologize for all the times you beat me. Yes, that's what I'm hoping to do. I've got the Mega Draft coming up. Mega Draft hints, tips, tricks. Do some practices. You know what? I'm actually not going to do that now. I talked to someone this week. Someone I've been wanting to get on the show. So before I tell you the tips and hints for the Mega Draft, I actually kind of covered that in my interview this week. So let's go ahead and unearth some things.
Looks like it's time for us to unearth a couple things.
Yes, that's right. This week we are unearthing some things with Christopher S., a.k.a. Stems. They came in, they demolished, they beat everybody really bad. And I was super happy to talk to him. I don't know anything about this person. I know nothing about him. And I was really happy, and they were great. I got to learn a lot about who they are, find out where their background is as a Magic player, and give them a little tip or two about the Mega Draft along the way. So join me as I talk to none other than Christopher S., a.k.a. Stems. All right, ladies and gentlemen, join me as I unearth some things with Chris S., a.k.a. Stems. Welcome to the show, Stems.
Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome, buddy. You are welcome. I gotta learn some things about you, Chris, because I know literally zero about you. And this is you come in to my league, okay, and you beat all my friends real bad, and I gotta know who this guy is. Who this guy is just coming on. So I gotta know, Chris, when did you start playing Magic?
I started playing right at the beginning of Eldritch Moon, like
Okay.
very casually. I was playing a lot of Hearthstone, and I walked into a shop with my wife because we were playing a lot of board games. It was actually crossover comics, and who I heard was like a sponsor of the league, and they said, "Oh, you're playing Hearthstone a lot," and gave us some starter decks and all this, and we've been hooked since. We stopped playing Hearthstone and just playing Magic, playing Magic ever since.
Those beginner decks, first time's free, right? That's how they hook you.
Yeah, yeah.
You want a little taste? Yeah, I got this
Crack
beginner intro
cardboard.
deck for you, man. Yeah, try this out. Come back, buy some more packs. We'll see how it goes.
It definitely hooked us right from the start. We definitely were playing correctly the first couple months or so, but then as we started going to like pre-releases and stuff like this, I was hooked.
Were you always a limited guy? Is limited your main format, or are you kind of just you do whatever? What's your bag?
I'll do whatever. I My preference is definitely limited. Like I'll always try to go to pre-releases and any kind of limited tournaments that are around. Um, but no, I've played a lot of I played a lot of standard. Um, Kind of got out of standard once COVID hit.
Sure.
I'll dabble in modern every now and then if I get convinced to go to a tournament. But yeah, I try to stick within the and Pioneer too now. I like Pioneer. Fun
Oh,
format.
look at this guy. This guy plays everything. You've been playing since Eldritch Moon. You play like almost every format except for Commander. You play in Modern. You play in Pioneer. Um, what a resume you've got for playing for such a only a few years, right? A short amount of time.
Yeah, I guess it depends on who you ask. I know some people been playing less than me because now it feels like it's been a while now.
Yeah, Eldritch Moon
Like
is what, like
4 years,
four
maybe.
years
Yeah,
ago?
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, again, that's true. I mean, time flies. To me, Eldritch Moon seems like it was not that long ago, but it really was
yeah,
a while ago if you think about it, doesn't it?
yeah. I didn't play as much during COVID. Like that was kind of like a little bit of a break, but because I much prefer playing paper over arena. Um, but yeah, I was like the first when I first started playing, like I was playing all the time.
Oh, I
Paper,
gotta ask,
any tournament I can go to and stuff. I was hooked.
I gotta ask you because you're a Canadian and
Yeah, I'm from Montreal.
you're from Montreal. Do you know anybody else in the league? Do you know because a lot of the people a lot of the league is Canadian, right? A lot of it.
I might.
Yeah.
So I know Johnny just from he was the one that introduced me into the
Whoa.
league.
I gotta hear
I
that
don't
story.
I don't know him, but we sat down to play at a pre-release, actually the bro pre-release, and we were kind of like, I know you, you know me, like we've seen each other around, but we never really talked to each other.
Yeah.
And after playing, we were kind of just chit-chatting, and then I was like, yeah, I miss doing drafts and stuff. Like I used to have drafts at my house all the time, and we were kind of talking just like through the COVID stuff, and I hadn't really done many pre-releases since. And then he said, "Yeah, look, I have this league that we do," and I was like, "Oh, it sounds like a lot of fun." And he's like, "I'll send you the link. Check it out."
That's so
That's
cool.
how I found out about it. In terms of other people, I'm really bad with names. I'm better with faces, so I'm sure
Oh,
I probably know some people, but just by their name, no.
that's so funny because everyone else is going to have the opposite experience because like everyone else only knows names and who no one has any idea what anybody looks like in this thing. So you're one of the few people that has seen faces. I'm sure there's people you know because again, if you're playing with Johnny, I'm sure you're in the area, right? As some other people.
Yeah, like any competitive event in the Montreal area, I've probably seen
That's
league
so
members if
cool.
they've been there.
It's so cool that you ran into Johnny in a an actual event and he invited you to the league because I was going to ask you how you came in and that
Yep.
my answer was not going to be yeah I played Johnny and he just told me to come join. Wow. All right, so let's get to that question. How did you hear about the league? How was your overall experience with the league as a new player? So I want to know it's 60 cards instead of 40 card decks. Was that an issue? Did you have a hard time learning the bot or kind of like meandering around the server? Did you have any problems with any of that stuff? So how did you hear about the league and how was your experience, Chris?
So yeah, Johnny told me about the league, and overall experience has been great. Like um, I think 60 cards is awesome because it gives you an opportunity to try to have to think a little bit outside the box, and I can imagine at 40 card decks with all the packs we're getting would be just
Oh my god.
kind of crazy.
Oh no, I would not want to play that.
No, it was a lot of fun building a 60 card deck because I've never had to do it before, so it was an interesting challenge in itself. And the bots, I'm pretty familiar with Discord. I haven't played around with these kind of bots. Like whoever set these up, they did an awesome job in my opinion. I think it's really, really cool what they were able to do. But just using Discord overall, I'm pretty comfortable with. So no, I thought it was very intuitive, easy to use.
No,
yeah.
like, oh man, I was really struggling with this at the beginning, or I wish someone would have told me X, before I started. No problems. You came in,
Not at
you
all.
dominated, and you knew what you were doing from the get-go.
I will just give props to whoever set up the Discords and stuff like this. I think they did an amazing job. Like it very easy to navigate. If you've used Discord and stuff before, I think it's pretty simple because I had like some concerns of like, oh yeah, how am I going to find matches and all that? I'm like, oh, there's a bot that does that for me. Oh, okay, great. Like, cause at first week 1, I think I was messaging a whole bunch of people like, hey, do you want to play? Do you want to play? And
oh yeah,
not getting many results. And I'm like, oh wait, I just have to do this. Oh, okay, great.
Oh yes, there's a much easier way.
Yeah,
I'm sure people would.
So I've been using it the whole time since. So except for this week. This week, I don't think anybody was using it.
Yeah, that's week 6 for you, man. Everything's normal until week 6, and we really try to prepare people for how different week 6 is. And it's always hard to know what's going to happen in a week 6.
I did think it was going to be like a little easier to find games now. So we're Tuesday, right?
Yeah, Tuesday.
I thought it would be easier just because maybe people wouldn't have done it during like Christmas Eve and Christmas and stuff. But turns out no, people were getting their games done.
No, man.
Right away.
People don't care about
Yeah,
Christmas.
they're like week 6, gotta get that done.
Yeah, right. Because if you wait till Tuesday, and if you listen to the podcast, I said, you gotta play your games before Tuesday. And if we look at the standings now, yeah, a lot of games are gone. There's only a couple people left, and the people left, I don't know. I feel like they're gonna have a hard time even finding those games if they want to get them in.
Yeah, that's it. Are they even playing and planning on finishing all their games for the week?
No, well, some people, especially people that are like 14 and 10 or whatever, they're just happy to get to week 6. They just want to get there, say they got there, and then they don't play anymore. They're like, yeah, I got to week 6. Well, man, we got to talk about your run. You're 22-7. You came in to the week 21-4, a phenomenal first entry into anyone's league. I want to know what helped you dominate, and what did you think of the pick a pack mechanic? Because it's different every league. They do a different mechanic. This league was the we're going to give you 2 packs and you have to pick one. So what helped you destroy everyone as you so menacingly did, and what did you think of the mechanic they came up with for this league?
I thought the mechanic was great because it's certainly, I imagine they put it in because it's probably it feels bad if you have a bit of a weaker pool, then you open a pack and there's really nothing to help you out. That must feel kind of crappy, get a loss, and then maybe you open another one and maybe the same thing kind of happens, and then you're feeling a little bit discouraged. Where having 2 packs, like for sure you're gonna increase your power level almost guaranteed, right? Like there's gonna be something there for you. I think I was pretty lucky. I know some people have talked about the rares in my pool, but my starting pool rare wise wasn't the greatest. It was actually, I think what was the best part was I had like 3 evolving wilds right from the get-go.
Oh, that is great.
So yeah, whereas with 60 cards where you're almost guaranteed to play 3 colors, I basically saw that Jeskai had good removal. So I was like base blue red with a couple removal, and then I splashed for 2 static nets. I was really happy and a prison sentence. And the evolving wilds really did help out the mana to be able to do that early on, where I probably won a couple of games where my opponents were maybe looking for their lands and stuff like this, where I did have that advantage. Then I was super lucky with the packs that I opened. So I think I got my first loss at my 8th or 9th game.
Wow.
And I opened Urza's Command, which blue is really my strongest color, so that got slapped in there. Then my 14th or 15th game was my second one, and I opened another the 3-drop that makes the 1/1 soldiers.
Yeah,
so
whenever
super
they
strong
attack.
card.
Yeah, that card's great.
Yeah, and then I just ended up opening like bomb after bomb in my colors for my first 4 losses. It was like Teferi and Siege, their white 3-drop that puts counters on start of combat. So
Oh,
I was
Siege
very
veteran, right?
lucky with the packs that I opened afterwards.
Yeah, those are some super
kept
strong
it going.
cards too.
Yeah.
And in a color pair that I didn't see a lot throughout my Bro League experience. I didn't see a lot of blue white. I was seeing a lot of black green, black red. And you're out here playing soldiers, and the deck you're describing to me sounds gross with all this removal and fixing early.
Yeah.
So it sounds great.
Yeah, the idea I took at the start was really to play whatever removal I could. And I thought Static Nets were probably better in this format just because it deals with kind of anything. And I know there's other bombs out there that you just want to be able to deal with. And I tried to play as many of the artifacts that you could, the prototype stuff that you can play like bigger, because I assumed the games were going to go longer.
Yeah.
So anything that was like the 7 drops or 8 drops, 9 drops that you could play early if you needed to, but I had a lot of that stuff in my original pool. It allowed me just to win the late game too.
Those big prototype cards were just like, I would play them even if I wasn't in the colors. I'd be like, oh, this one's red, but up for 8 mana, it's great. Like I'll cast it for 8. I'll get there. I'll get to 8 mana.
Yeah, I know exactly the one that you're talking about. Yeah, I had two of those in my red pool with two of the Thopters. So it was like a bunch of like 7 and 8 drops that if the game went long, okay, I have some bigger plays to do.
And a lot of these games went long, right? A lot of them were like, ramping into your power stuff. Very few aggro decks. The aggro decks that did good were very impressive, but there's so much life gain and, stalling that can be done. And I'm sure 22 and 7, I'm sure you saw a lot of different things out there going into week 6.
Yeah, my 2 worst losses that I kind of got stomped was actually to white-red aggro decks that just right away put pressure and
you're not ready for it?
And then I was like I didn't have as many sideboard cards because I didn't have the extra packs to kind of warp into protecting against it, but that was definitely the hardest thing for my deck to face for sure.
Well, you're new to the league. It's your first league, and congratulations. You're going into the mega draft in first place. And how great is that? Jeez. And we're going to talk about the mega draft. Dude, it's so, you're always going to look back and be like, this is probably the best league ever, right? Like, because you're just doing so good and you're just dominating. But as a new person to the league, you're seeing a lot of stuff for the first time. And I'm sure you got your opinions. I got plenty myself. Everyone hears about them every week. What is something that you would change about the league? Be it good or bad. If you're like, look, I just didn't like this one thing, or whatever. What are your thoughts on one thing that you would do differently?
I don't think I have a good answer for that. Just because I am new to the league, it's hard to say. My expectations were far lower than what it is. Like when Johnny just said, "Hey, yeah, come play. It'll be fun." Like, you'll do some matches each week, and it's limited and 60 card deck, and I just love the idea of if you kind of win or lose, you're kind of happy. You get to open a pack, stuff like this. So no, my expectations were far lower than. But I wouldn't change anything, or maybe I'll have a better opinion in or two.
Yeah,
but
if you get one, and
it seems really, really good.
John, I think Johnny undersold it a bit because it is this wonderful, amazing thing that they've created on this Discord, and it is a lot more than it's just a tournament. Come in, play 5 games a week. That's all it is. It's so much more than that, right? There's a community. There's a podcast. They got the Monday throwdowns. You got your Thursday drafts now. It's really it really has replaced like NLGS for me. I rarely play paper anymore because the league really scratches like every itch I need. It's like, I want to draft. Oh, there's a draft happening. Oh, I want to play in a tournament. There's a tournament going on. It's so wonderful.
Yeah, I still haven't done a lot of tried like the side quests and stuff. I have been meaning to though.
Oh, they're great. It's just a draft. They do a draft and everyone pairs up and there's prizes. They give out gems, so it's like you can win stuff. Which is great. It's free entry, so it's There's no reason not to do it if you got, a night off and you want to play some Magic, because there's a good chance you could walk away with some gems for your Magic account. Who doesn't want that?
Everybody wants Magic gems.
Right?
Then you can screw up a draft, right?
Yeah, right. See, this draft's just for fun. Who cares?
Yeah.
You can go do the real thing. I gotta ask you, man. So this is your first Mega Draft. Do you know what to expect from the Mega Draft?
No clue. I'm going in pretty blind.
All right, well, I'll try to break it down for you.
It's what,
here.
six packs, all different sets, right?
It's every
like a
pack in
chaos draft
standard, and you draft chronologically backwards, I believe. So you'll start with Bro, and then you'll draft Dominaria United, and then you'll draft a pack of whatever it was before that. I don't remember. Oh yeah, but it's 6 different packs, and you go one pack at a time, going backwards in order until you've drafted every set that's in standard. And sometimes it's like a 5-pack draft, sometimes it's like an 8-pack draft. It depends on how many sets are in standard.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But yeah, it's gonna be super crazy. It's gonna be a weird one because you're going from Bro with all these busted artifacts and the Dominaria United, which was like a 4 or 5 color set. So you're kind of going like no color with artifacts into a very color heavy set. But they're super fun. And then it's 3 rounds, best of 3. Your points in the actual league do matter for the Mega Draft. Every 3 games or every game in the Mega Draft counts for 3 points. So if you're more than 3 games up on somebody, they need to win 2 to beat you. So your very good record is going to help you in the Mega Draft because people are going to have to try to catch up to you.
What about tiebreaker? Is it just for the league? Same thing, like opponent match win percentage, I guess.
Tiebreaker, I believe, is placement in the Mega Draft. So if you tie with someone and like they got first, you got second, they'll win on tiebreaks because they got first in the Mega Draft.
Cool.
And Mega Draft's awesome, man. They do commentary on it. Usually Richard will he'll do commentary on the Mega Draft, and then they'll follow somebody through their whole draft. And then afterwards, and this part's real fun, not everyone does this, they go through everyone's draft and critique every pick. It's really fun to watch.
Oh boy.
And you get to be there. It's kind of like, I don't know, you're defending your dissertation or something, where it's like, why'd you take this card? It's like, well, I thought this was coming and that's coming. And Richard will very clearly be like, nope, that's the wrong pick. This card right here is better. But it's really fun thing to watch. I try to watch it every time they do it.
Yeah, I guess if you have any tips, I would imagine you want to stay really open, no? Like the first
take like the best cards you can for like.
Is it a 40 card deck or 60
cards? 60 cards.
Ah, okay, that makes a difference.
So like take the best card. Don't worry too much about color for like the first 2 to 3 picks.
Yeah.
Take fixing highly because especially the dual lands, like they're not going to stick around for long. So like if you want fixing, take it really highly and try to stick to 2 colors. Dan, who won last time, actually did it with a 4-color deck, and it was kind of this. No one had ever really done it with a 3-color deck before, and this guy goes 4 colors and does it. But you only get 1 loss or 1 match loss. So like don't beat yourself with a bad mana base and try to play 3 colors when you probably won't have those 3 evolving wilds sitting in your deck.
Oh, it's a single limb?
Well, it's not single a limb, but
you need a win. You need a win to win.
You basically need to win out. Yeah.
Okay.
Like you could probably get away with a 2nd place as long as like the person in 8th gets first. But if the person in 2nd gets first and you get 2nd or 4th, you probably won't win.
There we go. Okay.
So yeah, you do want to win every game you can, of course. But yeah, if you could win the whole thing out, oh yeah, you're going to be sitting in that sweet credit for a long, long time. And winner of the Mega Draft, 1 gets a bunch of store credit somewhere. 2 gets like a special tag, league winner tag. And 3, what everyone really likes is you get to pick an emote for the server, and they'll make an emote for the server in your honor of anything you want. Yeah, so if you win, and I hope you do, Chris, because I think maybe 1 person before came in and won their whole first league, but you get to get a picture of anything you want and put it on the server. It's great, super fun.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I do plan on playing in future leagues and stuff, so be sure to use that emote.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure I bet you've got enough store credit now to do like 5 or 6 leagues for a while. Like you're going to be set for a while. You're doing great, man. Oh, do a practice Mega Draft. They post the website they practice them on, and you can like just fill it full of bots and like set the packs to be what you want. do a couple practices to kind of remind yourself what cards are in these packs and what you're kind of looking for. It will help a lot. It'll like refresh your brain a little bit to be like, oh, okay, yeah, when I get to Kamigawa, I really want to look for this. Or like, oh, that disenchant and this set's going to be way better because we got all these artifacts. So I really got to look for these sideboardy cards in this set or something. Like it does help.
Yeah, for sure. Because I don't remember those sets, honestly.
No, me neither.
It's I didn't play as much for sure too. Like the last like I played a lot of Dominaria United and now Bro, but before that I wasn't playing as much.
Super helpful, especially if you didn't play those sets, because like Kamigawa is really crazy and it's like super weird if you haven't played it. It's tons of enchantments, but also ninjas.
Oh, I did. Okay, I did play that one too. That was the first set I was playing a lot of. Yeah.
Yeah. So good. You're not going to be totally out of it, but it's not going to be all Bro. I know we're used to Bro. It's not going to be all Bro. So just get used to seeing some different things. Well, Chris, I want to thank you for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure. I've been meaning to get you on for a while just because, again, your name's everywhere I look. It's always at the top of the standings. Everyone's scared of you. You almost broke Cody's record. You should have seen the things Cody was saying. He was worried.
Yeah.
He was
scared. I was trying.
He was very scared. He's like, this guy's going to come in and break my record. I can't have that. And he even said, I don't know if you're going to do it, but he'd love to play you with his deck that he made the record with against your deck and see which deck reigns supreme.
Oh, that would be great. Which set did he do that?
He did Kamigawa, and it was just a very
okay, yeah. There was some busted Ninja deck.
Ninja.
That's gonna be my guess. Yeah. Ninja decks were busted.
Very fast, very aggressive Ninja deck, and it was just, Cody.
Like a mini constructed deck.
Yeah, it was gross. It was very gross. But before we let you go, and again, I thank you for coming on the show. I hope everyone's enjoying meeting Chris like I am, because I mean, this guy's probably going to stick around for a while. He comes in, gets first place in the regular league. This guy's not going nowhere. He's going to be beating us for a while now. And he bet Johnny in real life. So cool. I never got to meet Johnny.
He's cool.
Yeah. Oh, he seems so cool. I tell you, Johnny is like the nicest person. He is so nice and thoughtful, and like everything he says has such a weight to it. I really like Johnny. Even though he beats me so bad all the time. You know, he played on the Pro Tour. Isn't that cool?
I didn't know that. No.
Dude.
I have his number though. I have his number right now. I'm 2-0 against him now.
Oh, 2-0. Hey man, it's Johnny is that's a feather in your cap to beat Johnny. Don't
I see he seems to do really well in the league. So
he does great. He was the first player of the year tournament. He won the player of the year on top of everything else. So it's just like, yeah, Johnny he's a big bad and boss is what I would call him. If you're playing Johnny, bring your A game, because he's not going to be playing poorly. Chris, what's your greatest Magic accomplishment? Now this could be, I did great in this tournament, or it could even be, hey, I opened this really expensive card, or I just really enjoy playing with my wife and my family, and that is like my greatest accomplishment. Whatever it is for you, right? Everyone's a little bit different.
I feel pressured to have to say that now.
Oh, hey, I don't know. Man. Say whatever you want. But yeah, for you, what is it?
The story that I kind of think of is actually my greatest and most feels bad as well. I went to, it was like my second or third GP in New Jersey, and I started off.
What was that set? Like, I might have been there. GP Jersey?
Ravnica, I want to say. Which one was with the Gruul? It was either Guilds or.
I don't think I went. I don't think I went to a Ravnica. I went to a couple of GP Jerseys. That's why I asked. But go on.
It was limited. I started 11-1.
Wow.
And then I got to face Reed Duke to win the first draft, beat him. So I'm on like cloud 9 at this point.
Yeah.
Going to the second draft, I'm like, okay, cool. I just have to post a 2-1 to top 8. I draft probably one of the most busted decks I've ever had. I'm super excited. I'm like, this is a 3-0 deck if I've ever seen one. I get to face Mike Sigrist, who I'm like super hot. I'm like, cool, I get to face this guy too. Smoke him. He then like looks at my deck. He's like, I don't know how you lose with this thing. So I'm all hyped up and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool, just need one more win. And then the next 2 games, I never see a third land. Even though mulliganing multiple times, and I'm just like, oh no. And then watched everything. I think I finished like 13th or something.
Oh, wasn't meant to be, man. When things like that happen, it's just there's nothing you can do. There's nothing.
Greatest and worst feels.
You know what? That's a good story, though. You got to beat Reed Duke. You got to beat Mike Seacrest. I mean, these are names that we all know and love.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah. Both awesome guys too. They were really, really cool.
Oh, and I feel like that's almost
Nice
a better story
chit-chatting
than
with them.
being like, yeah, I got stuck on 2 lanes and Reed Duke beat me. It's like, no, I beat Reed Duke. And then I beat Mike Seacrest. And then my deck didn't cooperate. What can you do?
Yeah. It felt really bad. I'm like, oh my God, I just need to play. It felt like I was the only rule drafter at the table, and I just got fed every card. It was
So were you in the money, as they say then? Top
yeah,
13?
I think I went home with like 500 or 600 USD.
You can't beat that. Can't beat that. And Canada.
I was
that's a
upset at
lot.
the time. Yeah, Canada, I'm rich now. I'm rich.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. I really appreciate it. And again, what an honor and pleasure it is. I love it when new people come in the league and do well, because a lot of the times that top 8 can be a lot of the same names, and it's when you shake things up, you get noticed. And I noticed you, man, and you did so good. And I'm just so happy for you to come in and show everyone who you are, and that you need to make a name for yourself, and you did. Right? It's so cool.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, I'll be bringing in some friends and stuff. They were asking about it, and I'll for sure have some buddies that'll come in. Hopefully, try to match my success as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Plains Chase. That's the next one. It's going to be chaos. It's going to be weird. It's going to be a little different with different planes every week. Something we've never done before. But I'm excited for it. I always like the weird ones. So I hope to see you in there. I hope to not play you, because I mean, you sound like a phenomenal player. Almost beating Reed Duke, and now you're coming here and you beat Johnny, and now you're beating everybody else. It might back off you a little bit, Chris. No offense.
No, we gotta do a game.
Hey, you know what? It would be my pleasure, my man, to play a game with you, and I'll be watching you in the Mega Draft, and I'll be looking and I'll be rooting for you. So good luck whenever they get that scheduled. It'll probably be this weekend is usually how they do it, but maybe next weekend, whenever it happens. I wish you luck, Chris.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. And continue to beat everyone as badly as you have forever and ever.
I will do my best.
Thank you. So nice, and what a cool guy to be beating Reed Duke and Siggy. Oh, some great stories. This is some. I love a good Magic story, and Jeremy's got most people beat, but that was a pretty good one, man. That's a bummer. I mean, but it's variance, right? It doesn't matter how good you might be good enough to beat Reed Duke and Mike Seacrest back to back, but then if you just don't draw lands, you don't draw lands. What can you do? And maybe this is his time to get a championship. That wasn't the one for you, Christopher. You made your money then. You were in the money, and this time. Oh, I want to see what your emote is, man. I want to see what the emote's going to be. I want to know. Everyone out there, they're all thinking about it right now as they get ready for the Mega Draft. What would I do? Huh? Oh, well, they know. They know what they're going to do. But there are some people who will not get an emote on the server in this league. And those are people who not only didn't make the top 8, but sadly got eliminated along the way. And we have to say some of those people's names now.
Ted, it's the Grim Reaper, dude. How's it hanging, Death?
You will come with me.
We can't. We gotta get back to the babes. Ted, we can't. We're dead, dude.
Yes, them people were eliminated, and we will now go through everyone. Even the people, a person in top 8 got eliminated, still going to get their name read out. So that's pretty cool. Number 1, Ryan D, the Slickness. Eliminated and making top 8. Dude, I just can't stop saying your name on this show. Get out of my brain, Ryan. Kyle W, Ether Engineer. Sorry you didn't make top 8, man. Rough. 9th place is always the worst. I'm sorry, buddy. Caleb G, why not? Pierre Marc D, PM Du Guai. I'm sorry. Serge T, Sergi Boy, 514. Trevor F, Treskies. Sean S, Unknown Thursday. Mitchell S, Spaghetti Mitch. Also, you came on the podcast. We wanted you to make it. You didn't. I'm sorry, man. Benson P, Sick Beak. Dante R, Dante Esper. Jacob C, Breadlord. Jonathan R, J-Raps. Paul G, The Dragon. Russell S, Arstad. Sean S P, Talrand. Steve T, Strout. I said you last week. That means we're caught up. Well, we'll say Walter H. Denzel Kitty Boy. That's a pretty good name. And, yeah, that's going to do it for Brothers War. Okay? I hope everyone had a good time. I loved it. I really liked this league a lot. And I know that the Brothers War format itself kind of has its own ins and outs and all these powerful artifact cards, and everyone just kind of plays the big powerful cards, and the bombs are so bomby. Every bomb is just the bombiest bomb in the world. But I thought the pick a pack mechanic was great. I really did. I enjoyed that a lot. I hope it becomes something that happens, maybe not every league, but man, it was good. It was really good. I really liked it. It's not an every league thing, but most leagues, maybe half the leagues. I don't know. It was so good. I really can't say enough good things about it. And happy to be a part of another league, everybody. And as I do with every league that we wrap up, I ask for feedback. If there's something about the show you think is not good, something you think should be added, something you think should be taken away, now is the time to tell me. Just put it in the Discord somewhere. Shoot me a message if you don't want people to know. Be like, hey man, I love it when you do this. Keep it up. Or hey John, I don't like it when you're so negative. That's a feedback I got in the past, and I've really tried to not do that anymore. So I do take this kind of stuff to heart. Right, the show only gets better with your help, because I don't know what you guys like. I don't know what you want. I don't get feedback other than like, hey man, great show, keep it up, and that's awesome. Like, I'm happy to keep doing it, but let's make it better. Let's make everything as good as we can. And I don't know what's not working and what you don't like if you don't tell me. And I'll get ready for Plane Chase League. That's coming back. And I know my brother, who said he wouldn't come back after our little Set Wars team league, he's coming back, man. He got hooked. The Plane Chase chaosness of it just hooked him. And I'm excited to see him come back. And if you see him out there and say, hey, man, thanks for coming back. Good job, buddy. And beat him. Beat him real. Well, don't beat him too bad. If you beat him too bad, he might not come back. But I guess I wasn't expecting him to come back. So yeah, beat him as bad as you want. Or maybe he's going to beat you, because he's got that top 16 badge now, buddy. You better be watching out for the Brothers War in Plane Chase. I'm super excited for Plane Chase. I'm going to be having Chris York on next week. I know this is a baby of his, and I can't wait to hear everything he has to say about it and kind of learn all the ropes and ins and outs, because I'm purposefully avoiding looking at the rules and stuff because I want Chris to tell me about it all. And I hope that works. That could be a terrible idea, but hey, it's all no bad ideas and brainstorming, right? Try some things, they work out, they don't. Who knows? Remember when I had everyone on for Set Wars? That was fun. I liked that. Debating doing maybe a live show coming up at some point where I can just let on anybody or everybody all at once. Sounds very chaotic. Sounds very fun. Working it out. Figuring this stuff out. And I hope you're figuring out if you have a good 7 to keep. Because if you're not keeping a good 7, especially in the Mega Draft, I do not know what you are doing. And I hope that Shuffler's in your favor, because there's a lot of luck. A lot of luck that goes through a Magic tournament, and you're talking a top 8 Mega Draft. That Shuffler has been broken for months and months and months, and you're going to need that luck to make it to the top. And I'll see you here next week to find out who won and kick off Planes Chase. Bye, everybody.